It was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. Strap in. This will be a good one. Two one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Set, hut, go to base. Mike 5-4. Check the outs, check the outs, check the outs. Shoot!
On 1st down, Curtis. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Mike 54. You must be dreaming. Showing it. Go, promotion. Bravo.
Here's 2nd and 8. Throw left side complete. That's Curtis. Give him 2 yards on that play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
Let's go now. 41 to Pittsburgh. Check 41. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that tight deep. Don't let him breathe, defense. 22, check, cover.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Strong right, strong right, strong right. 3 down. Switch.
Here's Elliott. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
It's 3rd down and 4.
Check, 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 check. Check, 66. Bullet, half. Kill, slow, slow.
Jackson looking to throw on third. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer, and put your defense in a bad spot.
Elliott going to bite off about 7 on that one. A good run on first down. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 on the Seahawks 25-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now it's Jackson. And down inside the 15 he goes. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
But that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Watch the backer.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Seahawks have picked it up. It's a foot race. He's at the 50, the 30, 20, 10. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
And his kick here is good. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So they get the 3 points, but they've now had 3 trips into the red zone, and that's all they've come away with.
And in the NFL, the way they measure red zone efficiency and success, did you score touchdowns on those drives? That's first and foremost. Getting points, that's the second measurement. So by that measure, they haven't done very well. They've got to figure that out.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on. Out
of the gun now on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes and throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Jackson now down around his goal line. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
On second down, it's Elliott, and he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Throwing is Jackson. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
And the 49er, first down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
SOS. 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 Zoom, zoom.
Now it's Jackson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Check safety, check safety.
They'll run with Elliott. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Give him 3 yards on the run. Now they'll need to drop something good here on 3rd and 13.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It's taken to the 26. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
You ain't doing nothing today. Hey, check Mike 57. 57's the mic. 57's the mic.
They'll set up to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
Crunch, crunch.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's caught. It's Malone. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down.
I'm here all day.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
Hey, let's get some penetration here.
Looking to throw. Open man, there is Malone. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. On second down, Elliott. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
3 down.
On third down, Jackson steps away to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Watch the screen.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed.
That's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Elliott. And an alley to run. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, where they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key to left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, if you bring your tight end over there. Either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble.
at the 17-yard line.
Draw play, Elliott. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
Easy work, and it's coming again.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, then no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. That means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now stands at 13. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10.
Check Mike 54.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Mike 20. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up.
2nd and long. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. And this is a guy who last week not only helped his real team, but really helped a lot of fantasy teams. 3 trips to pay dirt. They've got to contain it.
And watching him play is like going to lunch with you when you order that combo plate, right? In this case, his combo plate is he can go over the top of you and catch it in front, turn it into a big game, run past you, and then uses his size and his physical abilities to keep you away from the football. Hard to defend this guy.
The reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
23 yards on the play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy. There we go, Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Let's go, D. Let's go.
They're going to look to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away.
The Niners take over.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about it right here.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson, he'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
I know we love our jobs. Pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain.
Let's go!
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Jackson on the keeper.
So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A first down carry by Elliott. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the 42-yard line.
I got you.
Hey, 4-1's Mike. 4-1's Mike.
Ready?
Mike. We got to wedge that, huh?
Off. Watch the screen. 41 Mike. 41 Mike.
Here's Jackson. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. This is Allen. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
Hey, Mike 50, Mike 50, Mike 50.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith, his 2nd sack of the night.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Curtis trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
Let's get it.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing.
They'll look to throw here. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And take it right at the 35. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Don't get nervous. Topper. 50's the play.
Jackson on 1st down. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off around the 37. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 2nd and 9 now. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
Here's a 1st down throw that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
1st down Seattle.
Mike, 57.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll keep it on the ground. Curtis. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Niners' 10-yard line.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Hey, watch out. Check.
2nd and 10. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. Now back to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Myers' kick is good. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
At their own 24-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Elliott on 1st down, going to get about 3 before he's taken down. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Slam. Watch the ship. Hey, get along. West. Hey, switch gears.
They go to Elliott again. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
13. Seahawks 3.
Come on, set. AC Gator.
Check pass. Check pass.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. He's got Smith here. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. The Niners on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
From the gun, Jackson. That one complete to Elliott. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
22. Jet. Bomber.
Guys, it's game situation.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 20 yards on both of those plays back-to-back there. They are moving now. It's another first down.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
He's coming.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down.
Big edge, big edge, big edge.
Wide. Get wide.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10.
Mike 20.
Too little, cupcake.
Mike 20.
He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's King. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield. for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
And the Seahawks first down.
Motion. That's it. 20, Mike, 20.
Watch the run. There we go, Mike 20.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, but it'll be second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Pick it up.
Now a give, right side. It's Curtis. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 42. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Curtis. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Hey, Mike 20. All day, every day. Anything else?
Back to throw here. And he will find his man on the outside. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Mike 20.
Be a long day for you. Hey, Mike 20.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Jerry Tillery able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
54. Mike 54.
They'll drop to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Tight ends on the Ringo.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's got his man on the out route. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And that will force a turnover on downs. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Let it go.
And they will take a knee here.
Jackson on the keeper.
Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Jamie Gillen now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one.
Hey, here we go.
Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 17-yard line.
Ready. 70 ending. Hey, they're scared. They're scared.
Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kick.